Hi, Amin. Today's lesson, we are going to be looking at sentence types. Okay, let's get started. As we know, there are billions of sentences out there that we may have to understand, and it's a bad news, right? Don't worry, it's easier than it sounds because all sentences fall into just four sentence types, which are simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, and compound complex sentences. Let's start with the first type. A simple sentence is a sentence with one independent clause. It has a subject and a verb, and it expresses a complete thought or idea. It can stand by itself, so you don't have to add anything more. And it might also have a compound subject and or a compound verb. Let's look at an example. The dog barked. That's easy enough, and it is obviously one independent clause, right? Look at this. In the middle of the night, the dog barked loudly for his master. It's a little bit longer, but it's still a simple sentence. This sentence consists of the dog as subject, barked as a verb, and in the middle of the night, which is a prepositional phrase. Here are the examples for each type of simple sentence with a compound subject and or a compound verb. The simple sentence may have a compound subject. For example, the dog and the cat howled. It may have a compound verb. For example, the dog howled and barked. It may also have a compound subject and a compound verb. For example, the dog and the cat howled and yelled, respectively. In this sentence, we have a compound subject, the dog and the cat, and a compound verb, howled and yelled. Let's look at compound sentences. A compound sentence contains two or more independent clauses joined by a comma followed by a coordinated conjunction or fan voice. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. For example, the dog barked and the cat yowled. However, this is not always the case. Sometimes longer linking words can be used. For example, I can name several adverbs. Consequently, my friends are impressed. A semicolon. For example, the dog barked, the cat yowled. A comma, but only when the simple sentences are being treated as items in a series. For example, the dog barked, the cat yowled, and the rabbit chewed. Next, look at complex sentences. A complex sentence is a sentence that contains one independent clause and one or more dependent clauses. Unlike an independent clause, a dependent clause cannot stand by itself. Let's look at the examples. When he handed in his homework, he forgot to give the teacher the last page. The clause, when he handed in his homework, is the dependent clause. Why he forgot to give the teacher the last page is an independent clause. The teacher returned the homework after she noticed the error. The clause, after she noticed the error, is a dependent clause, while the teacher returned the homework is an independent clause. Complex sentences can contain relative clauses. These clauses generally begin with relative pronouns such as who, which, and that. The relative clause acts as the dependent clause of a complex sentence. Examples: the woman whom my mom talked to sells cosmetics. The book that Jonathan read is on the shelf. The Eiffel Tower, which is located in Paris, is visited by millions of tourists annually. The underlined part is the independent clause. There's something you should know more about complex sentence. The common subordinators or subordinated conjunctions are although, because, since, when, while, before, after, if, etc. When a sentence begins with one of these subordinators, a comma is necessary after the dependent clause. However, if the independent clause comes first, No comma is necessary. The last one, a compound complex sentence. It contains at least two independent clauses and at least one dependent clause. The same subordinate conjunctions are used to introduce the dependent clauses, and the same coordinate conjunctions or fanboys are used for joining the independent clauses. Take a look at the examples. Although I like to go hiking, I haven't had the time to go lately, and I haven't found anyone to go with. So, in this sentence, we have the clause, although I like to go hiking, which is a dependent clause, while I haven't had the time to go lately, and I haven't found anyone to go with, are independent clauses. Rolla forgot her friend's birthday, so she sent her a card when she finally remembered. In this one, the clause when she finally remembered is a dependent clause, while Rolla forgot her friend's birthday and she sent her a card are independent clauses. Okay, and this is the end of the lesson. Do you have any questions? Leave a comment below. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks very much to watch this video and see you again soon. Very soon. Bye bye.